Hey there guys, I am the Six Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. In yet another awesome little preview for the Adeptus Custodes, the latest Warhammer community article has given us a sneak peek at some of the upcoming Shield Host special rules. And if you remember, it was announced that in this codex, much like the Marines and other armies in 9th edition, the Shield Hosts in the new codex would be fully fleshed out and give you a proper, full, passive army-wide ability to help boost your force rather than just the stratagem, relic and warlord trait that they gave previously. They only showed off a couple in this article, the generic red and gold host known as the Emperor's Chosen, and then also that of the Aquilian Shield. And the cool thing about these hosts is that although, like other chapter tactic style abilities, they have two parts to them, these ones also have another unique mechanic, which is a direct interaction with the new Custodes Catar abilities, and each of the shield hosts, of which there are 6, will have a favoured Catar, I suppose, of which there are also 6, and when you go into your shield host's favoured Catar, you can, once per battle, activate your fighting style ability to allow your army to benefit from both parts of that Catar, so stance A and stance B, for that entire turn. And what makes this even better is that that doesn't count as having used both of those stances either. So if you remember from the old Catar video we did the other day, you can't redo the same stance. You can't have like stance A for 2 turns. But this doesn't count as having used both of them. So, for example, if you have a really good stance B in your favoured Catar, you can on one turn go into stance A and activate your martial Catar, giving you the benefits of both A and B for that turn, and then in the subsequent turn, stay in that Catar and keep stance B going for an additional turn, essentially giving you 2 full turns in which your preferred Catar stance is active. Of course, in addition to that, the shield hosts do have their own unique buffs as well, and these are also particularly amazing. The Emperor's Chosen, as you can see on your screen now, grants you not only a single reroll of a hit or a wound per unit, so essentially the old Master Artisans that Marines and Eldar have, and it is a really quite strong ability, which is pretty much saving you a command point every single turn with the command point reroll. And then the second part is a mind-blowingly strong 4-up, yep, you heard me, 4-up shrug against mortal wounds. Again, this isn't just psychic mortal wounds, this is a 4-up shrug against all mortal wounds. And this is just bonkers. This is going to massively impact pretty much the best way to counter Custodes, which is just mass mortal wound spam, and now your guys are essentially going to be twice as durable against those attacks as they were before. This is a really, really strong shield host, and I do honestly think it's going to be the one to beat. The other shield host they show off, the Aquilian Shield, is arguably less impressive. It gives your core units the ability to heroically intervene like characters, which is nice and all and can lead to your units getting to combat a bit more easily and tricking your opponent, making him take a load more damage if you manage to intervene into some nice combats. But I would say overall it's a bit less impactful unless you really have your game plan sorted and you know what you're doing with your army. And then on top of that, you also count AP-1 as AP0 instead. And I've seen some people say that this isn't all that great, but actually when you think about it, it's not bad. It means that you will be keeping your 2-up saves against AP0 and AP1, and then if we do manage to keep our 4-up invulnerable saves, which, I mean, the jury's out on that, but hopefully we do, but if we do have 4-up invuns, then AP2 is going to be taking you to that instead anyway. So it is actually going to be quite rare that your Custodes are going to be relying on a 3-up armor save. It will more than likely just be your 2-up armor save or your invuln. And so from that perspective, it will definitely help to counter a lot of the anti-Custodes level firepower like autocannons and splinter cannons and heavy bolters and that sort of thing. I would say it is definitely weaker than the Emperor's Chosen, but there is the added bonus that in addition to these rules, the shield hosts do of course get their own unique warlord traits, relics and stratagems as well, and the article today does show off one of the Aquilian Shield stratagems, Shield of Honor. Shield of Honor lets you, for 1 CP, make one of your characters untargetable by enemy fire if they are within 6 inches of a friendly core unit. So even if your Warlord is out in front, ready to make a big charge next turn, if you have a unit of Custodian Guard within 6 inches of him, even if they're behind him, he is going to be totally safe from enemy fire. So that is really a nice little buff to allow you to keep your big scary Warlord alive whilst not forcing him to get clogged up behind all of your foot-slogging infantry and just hiding behind the rest of your force. I mean, at the end of the day, your Warlord is probably going to be a shield captain, so like lore-wise, he should be leading from the front anyway, so this definitely makes sense to me from a lore perspective, and it will also 100% keep your HQ units alive that much longer so that they can get into combat and actually kill, you know, whatever they want, really. The final things they show off are a few rules for the Solar Watch, and in the article they give us a look at not only a Solar Watch Warlord trait, Sally Forth, which allows you to select a friendly Solar Watch infantry unit within 6 inches of your Warlord, and then they can charge even if they've advanced. So if you have a nice big unit of Terminators or Custodian Guard who have advanced up the board, maybe by using the nice new advance and still count as having stayed still Qatar stance, they can then still attempt to make a nice charge into your enemy lines even after you have moved that extra d6 inches, which, let's be honest, could very well be all the difference you need to getting them into combat. The big downside obviously is that this doesn't work on bikers, and that is a huge shame, because I think if it did, that would 100% make this an auto take Warlord trait. It would just be so powerful. So I kind of understand why they didn't let you do that, but it is a shame that you can't, as I'm sure with this Warlord trait the way that it is, being infantry only, there are probably going to be better, more desirable ones to take in the codex. So it may not get seen all that often, but still, if you are running a fast moving melee focused force who just wants to get into combat as soon as possible, this could be a decent pick just to help get your units into combat as soon as possible and get as many charges off as you possibly can over the course of the game. The last thing is the Solar Watch relic, the Swift Silver Talon. This is a replacement Guardian Spear and not only lets you shoot and charge in a turn you've fallen back, but also has a slightly different profile now and has gone from an Assault 4, Strength 4, -1 AP, 2 damage gun with a Strength +1, -3 AP, D3 damage melee profile to a Rapid Fire 1, Strength 4, -2 AP, 2 damage profile at range, and a Strength +2, -4 AP, 2 damage profile in melee. It's honestly a bit of a nerf if we're being completely honest. The old version let you charge even if you had advanced, not just fallen back, and Assault 4 is much better than Rapid Fire 1. It's nice that it's got the extra point of AP in the shooting profile, and that it's also now Strength +2 rather than Strength +1, which does get you to that very nice Strength 7 bracket, so you can go into vehicles a bit more easily. But all in all, I really can't see this ever being taken in a game. I just think there will be so many more better and more useful relics than one that just does a bit more damage and allows you to fall back and charge. Like I can't imagine there wouldn't be at least half a dozen relics that are much better than that. But in any case, that is it for today. Some more brilliant Custodes previews, and I have to say, I really am super excited to see the rest of the shield hosts, the other Qatars, because we've only seen 3 of them, I think, so there are still 3 that we don't know what they do yet. So I'm really excited to see those, as well as a full list of the relics, the stratagems, and the warlord traits that we will have access to. I think the Custodes are looking pretty decent so far, and I honestly think that the Emperor's Chosen shield host is going to be quite a tough cookie to beat, not only in terms of from the other shield hosts and being better than that overall, but also when you get into combat on the tabletop, that 4-up shrug is going to make your guys so durable against, as I said, one of the best ways to get rid of Custodes infantry. But what do you think? Do you like the shield host rules that we've been shown so far, and what else do you think we might see for them across the other hosts? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, But until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.